a strange feeling to have about it. You know, there were about 100,000 there, and it was a strange feeling to have so much booing going on. I'd never experienced that before, and to have the whole MCG, you know, at least 50,000 of them booing, was you don't forget that. It was very early in the match, the first about 5 minutes of the match, and the ball was down in front of the members' stand. I can still remember that, and a roar went up at centre half forward. I was concentrating on the ball, but out of the corner of my eye I saw John Somerville lying on the ground. I rushed over to him and bent over him, but he was sort of face down, so I didn't want to pull him up quickly just in case he'd done any serious, but he was sort of out to it, and when I gingerly lifted him up, I could see blood running out of his mouth, and his was just completely concussed. So I waved to the trainers, they rushed out, and then I also then rushed up to the umpire and asked him to stop the game because we're getting John was carted off on a stretcher.
The crowd went crazy and Somerville was felled, and they all blamed Duncan Wright, and Somerville was lying there, and certain of our players started pushing and shoving, and I've heard stories of people playing in the back line like Bluey Shelton and Don McKenzie telling Collingwood players if they went near the ball they'd knock their head off or something like that.
While all that was happening, I also then, as captain, went round to as many players as I could and looked them in the eye and said, concentrate on the ball, let's not get sucked in and try and lose concentration on the ball. We don't want to get sucked in and not win the ball. That's the way we can answer this.
They had to hold Coley back, I think, from running on the ground. So Coley's influence on the Sheltons and so forth, Ken was trying to downplay.
But there was a funny part to that, because about 40 years later at a function, Peter McKenna, who was full forward for Collingwood playing about his third or fourth game, and he informed me that he said, that was all right, Ken, you came up and were asking your players to concentrate on the ball, but he said what you didn't know was your vice captain Bluey Shelton followed you up about 10 or 15 metres behind you saying hit the bees and do all sorts of nasty things to them. I asked Bluey about that a few days later. I said, Bluey, did you follow me? Oh, he said, I tried to put the wind up them a little bit, So collectively as captain and vice captain, I think we gave a pretty good message and ended up winning by about 4 or 5 goals.
It was an incident that spurred us on, and it really did help us to go on and win that game and the premiership.
Towards Cooper, there goes the siren, and it's all over. And there's a very happy looking John Coleman with his back to us in the light coat.
But unfortunately for John Somerville, he was badly concussed, and he missed the grand final the next week, which was a shame because he was a great player.
We were a side that played well on the MCG. We liked the open spaces, we liked the drier ground a bit more than other teams. So finals footy to us was pretty special.
We'd had 2 good wins in the semi-final and the preliminary final, so we were really playing confidently and well, but St Kilda were the favourites to win. We were a little bit stronger in the air than they were. Ted Fordham had an exceptionally good game and marked very strongly at forward. Our rovers John Burt and Jack Clark were very, very good. All of our players were in confident form and in good form, and we were in control pretty well from the third quarter on. We were the better team. Well, it's always something that you look back with feeling very thankful or fortunate to have played to be captain of a premiership side. It's certainly winning a premiership cements a tremendously strong bond of friendship with the players in the team. So we get together every now and then and reminisce and say how how good it was to win, and but there's certainly it does form a great lifelong friendship for being in a winning premiership side.
Essendon 14-21, 105 points, St Kilda 9-16-70 as we return New South Wales and Canberra viewers to their studios.